trying to do that for 34 years.
It's not working.
Nope. There you go.
I wish I had the means and the like motivation to try being like a streamer or content creator like a decade ago when YouTube and Twitch were newer.
Sure, absolutely.
And before it was super corporate.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to run race course? We got race course.
I've got a bunch of those.
So
It
you
would have been nice to do that instead of working this dead-end ass job I work.
right? But
Sorry, I didn't realize you were blinking.
I didn't have a computer good enough to be able to do it back then anyway.
Or internet.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think I could have streamed from the dorms at USC.
Why not?
I imagine the internet's not good enough.
The internet's amazing.
Oh.
It's probably the only place you could have.
Oh, okay.
Internet at USC when I went there was better than the internet I have now, which is really good.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I guess
The
I played a
internet
lot of
at
Han
dorm
back
was-
then.
Oh Jesus! Ow!
Ow,
Ow!
ow,
Ow!
ow. Yeah, did you never speed test it?
I probably
It was
did,
like-
and I just forgot.
It was like gigabit internet.
I mean, the biggest thing you got to realize for the internet at college is that they've got how many students? Ooh.
I mean, yeah, but it's... I used to do, like, upload stuff there, because their upload rate was actually good.
Oh, Sage, one of those fractures was actually somewhat decent.
Yeah.
That one.
Can't look, or we die. Yeah, it's not bad.
Alter. Good. You can come over here now. Ooh, Vol Pyramid. Always wanted to run again.
I got it duped.
Yeah. Can't really imagine what would happen if it didn't. Yeah, it did. I clicked it and it didn't go forward. There we go. Another,
Elder Purifier.
got a cool ring.
So the
16.
last hit you take to your resist is after you finish the campaign, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I guess the lore reason is supposed to be because the exile just went and got drunk for a year.
It's because of Katava.
This game has lore.
Both reasons for your resistances getting lowered are from Katava.
Ah,
First one's because Katava kicked your ass. I mean, you kicked Katava's ass. I mean, Katava kicked your ass. And the second one is because Katava got his ass kicked and was like, nah, fuck you. That's the entire lore reason behind it. It's like, the blood of Katava washes over you, and your resistances have been lowered. Again.
Come on. He gave me a tier 16 corrupted primordial pool, which is the tier 3 map that we're missing. But it has Reflect Ellie.
oh God.
Damn it. Alright, well, save that for later.
No, it was from a Keurig when I did roll maps we don't have.
Oh.
So, Wasteland, Primordial Pool, Armory.
If you need, I
But-
can give you my Explorer's logs.
Wasteland's 9, Armory 8, Primordial Pool 3. Might run this Primordial Pool to get it out the way. It's
This is
Fizz Reflect,
Ellie?
but you're fine. No. I got a level 10. Yeah,
I was like,
tier
but
10
did
one.
Did you just say it was Reflect Ellie?
So I can get our non-reds done this way.
Need more ball scalping reports. Or singular scouting reports so we can try to roll some of the uniques that we're missing.
The Vow ones, do they corrupt existing or does it re-roll them?
Rerolls with corrupted.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a full reroll of corrupted. My explorers.
I have a bad habit of not paying attention to where I'm going and just getting turned around in a map.
Sage.
Sorry, I muted. I have no more yellows to run, so we'll have to do it through yours.
When I'm ready,
Check
I'm
here
not
anyways, because fuck you. I have no yellows to run anyways.
Do you have no yellow carrots?
Nope.
Okay. Well... we need 4 more maps. Mind we did Arid Lake. We need 3 more maps. Well, no. Because we have Fungal Hollow and Leyline still.
So 2 tier 8s, 1 tier 9, maybe Wasteland.
Yep. And then Fungal Hollow and Leyline. Should be it. We should have all the reds.
Yeah, Fungal Hollow, 11. Ley line at 13. I have 2 frozen cabins if you want to reroll the horizons.
Why did I think that you had an arachnid too?
Because we did arachnid nest.
Hmm. Well, hang on. Wasteland is connected to Caldera. Map T8. I have a Caldera, so let's just run that.
Okay. Love it when my knee goes kapow. So we're at 2 div and some change, right?
Yep.
Left.
So are you guys still capable of leveling and clearing the game that quickly if you were soloing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, what's the trick? Because you guys are like going to clear the entire game in the time it takes me just to do the campaign.
We're not clearing the
Uh,
whole game, we're getting Atlas done, but we still have like bosses that we need to do.
So the first your toxic sewers. The first thing about it is just knowing where you need to go for the quests.
And which quests you don't need to turn in.
Yeah, and which quests you don't need to turn in, because often, a lot of the quests actually in the game, you can just skip turning in and then go turn back in.
Right, like you don't even need to turn them in at all, so it'll say return to, you know, wherever. But you just don't need to. You can just keep going through the map, and when you enter the next zone, it's like you're there for the next part.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So you save a ton of time by not going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to town.
But the next trick that they have, hey, nice.
Wasteland's what we need.
The next trick to it is you can save yourself a lot of time by not worrying about portal scrolls.
Yep, you can just hit escape, go to character select, and then like immediately hit enter as soon as it starts loading, and you're back in town and you don't need portal scrolls. So it's like one thing you can do to, particularly early game, right, that you can do it. There are times where you'll want to like portal scroll back, but yeah.
The only
Aside-
reason to use a portal scroll is if you want to go directly to that specific place, and there's not a better way to get there. So, for instance, if it has a waypoint, right? So, like the prison in Act 1 has a waypoint. Once you unlock that waypoint, if you for some reason needed to return to Lion's Eye Watch, you could just exit at any point and then teleport back to that point.
I mean, there are people who do literally all 10 acts in 3 hours.
I think they might do it faster.
I mean, like, at start. People have done faster when twinked out, but...
Yeah, that's fair. But, like, a big part of it is just knowledge. But then it's knowing what gear is not needed to be replaced. Like, your wands, for instance. Because you're never looking for wands, and that's where a large source of your damage is coming from, you're probably set for damage all the way through Act 10. So then all you really care about is getting a 4-link set up or something like that. So like, one of the things that when we were leveling I was on the lookout for was a 4-link with specific sockets, because these are the specific sockets I need when I do my swap. Other than that, I'm just looking for a 4. If you happen to find better, great. If you don't, who cares? I got my 4. But then, like, there's some tricks to certain areas of, like, in the temples for when you're trying to chase down piety, or when you're running back through Solaris and Lunaris temples. You always go up. So
Yeah,
you're
like when
always,
you're in
you're always
the
looking for
Lunaris
this
temple.
stairwell that is going up.
Yeah, if you go upstairs, you're going the correct direction. Or
Oh.
like,
Yeah, I can see where that would make a difference.
there's some like I don't know most of them. There's some where I've watched streamers pop in and they're like,
Well,
oh yeah, the lake is on the top here, so I know this layout. I know where I'm going. And I'm like, oh, okay.
well, like even Ryan pointed one out, which was when you're going into the forest to get the Malagar spike.
Right.
So you're doing the quest to kill all of the bandits, or say
Head to
choose-
Weaver.
and head to Weaver, right? So apparently, he said that Alira is always on the same side of the map as the entry door, and
I
Weaver's
thought it
always on the
was
opposite.
same side of the road that the waypoint is on. Is where Lyra is.
Yeah, that's what it was. Same side of the road as the waypoint. So, like, the road goes down the middle, and if the waypoint's on the left, that means Alira's on the left-hand side, and Weaver's on the right-hand side.
Okay, yeah, knowing stuff like that would make a huge difference, because I definitely spend a lot of time on maps just wandering, not like sure exactly how to get to the objectives.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the majority of our speed just comes because of the fact that we've done it 1,000 times.
And again, we're slow, relatively,
Yes, we are
to
relatively
a
slow.
lot of
Like,
people. I mean,
It
it
took us 3 days.
yeah, but that wasn't like playtime, you know. So
I mean, but it was
normally,
still-
like
it was
we
still
knock
6
out.
hours playtime for us.
Yeah, I feel like we can normally get to maps on launch day, but then there are streamers who are like, yeah, I cleared my entire atlas and farmed these on the first day. And it's like, did you sleep? Like,
The next big thing is skip interacting with any of the things. You skip interacting with Delve, you skip interacting with Einhar, you skip interacting with the new mechanic, you just completely ignore it.
yep. Grab fusings.
Oh hey, my gem should be leveling soon.
Nice.
Well, one of my gems just leveled. My Arcane Surge got 20. So because you're just skipping interacting with anything that slows you down, like you don't go into any alpha portals, anything like that, it just helps save a lot of time.
No fun, only grind.
Yeah, no fun. What's that? There's an abyss on the map. Ignore it. Keep running.
We do not stare into this abyss.
Because you're gonna do it once you get the maps and have the atlas.
Right, and then it can actually be profitable.
Well, the big thing is that it's just not profitable comparatively.
Right, like you can do it when you're level 30, but what are you actually getting out of it?
Like, oh no, you got a level 30 wand. Well, you could have gotten, 3 divine. You won't, but you could have. And especially if the league mechanic is time consuming. Like,
Yeah.
this one's fairly time consuming just because it's tough mobs to kill.
And you have to sit there and channel and
And
pick
you have
out
to
what you're doing.
channel, and
Yeah.
then the previous one was you had to go into this thing, that you then had to run this thing, and all that's time that you could be going to the next area.
Just in time.
Generally, when we're running into an area, it's we pick a wall and follow it.
Just in time.
Yeah.
because pick a wall and follow it will get you there one way or another.
There we go.
There we go.
Now we can get out of here.
The last thing is don't read anything. What's that? They're talking? Skip.
Just in time.
I always turn my feather into the chick because she's closer than Tasuni is. Like,
It's his fault. He didn't stand near the center.
if he stood close, if he was closer to the waypoint, he'd probably get the feather.
He would win the election more, but nope.
The only thing that having multiple players does, other than the fact that I was playing Arabot this league, that definitely helped us speed up because I just gave a shit ton of extra damage and shit.
Well, it's not okay. So when you play with two people, there are strategies you can do to level very quickly and get through the acts. Because a lot of things the
You can
player
just
doesn't
push.
need to be there for, or you can get to waypoints. So like Act 2, you know how you can go left or right? You can have one player go one way and the other go the other and get the waypoints and then drop portal scrolls for them to get to it.
Oh, yeah.
So you skip running through entire maps. Or like when you have a quest where you drop a green item on the ground, those are still there for the player when they show up. So they don't even have to be there when one player does it. So one player can go kill this mob for a quest, drop the item, drop a portal scroll, port to the other player, help them with what they're doing, and then that player can take their portal, pick up the item, and come back. Like, there's lots of shortcut stuff you can do that we are not nearly sweaty enough to know how to do very well.
We split up sometimes, and I only say sometimes
Mhm.
because
I-
we're not good at it.
I tried following a guide some for the first 5 acts, and I do think it like helped a little bit, but also
Sure.
it just wasn't necessary. But again, if I can like get through acts, because I don't love leveling in this game most of the time.
Yeah. Once I went to Arabot, it was basically a case of, well, we're never following this guide again because I'm never leaving your side.
Yeah. Well, the guide was only for the first 5 acts too. Ooh, an envy.
I will smite this eventually,
Why are we so slow?
cause spiders.
Yeah. Okay. So that's done. Armory.
Oh yeah, we got an armory drop too.
Did we?
I think so.
I got Forbidden Woods and
It
Ramparts.
was ramparts. That's what it was.
Yeah, so Armory, I'm gonna run Coral Ruins if I have.
Another thing that helps is run multiple Quicksilver flasks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the ones that increase movement speed.
Those are huge. It just like swap between the two and get charges for both as you go, and so you basically for most leveling experience just have, what is it, 40% increased movement speed?
Pretty much.
And you can also like throw a transmute on each one and maybe you'll hit increased movement speed or effect or something on them.
When I'm ready,
So,
I'll
just put
let
that
that go.
Another flask that can help a lot with it is Corpus Flask. Just to give you phasing, so you can just literally run through mobs.
Mhm.
But also, like, something I noticed from watching you and your stream and stuff is You seem to spend a lot of time sitting in town. And I don't know why, but that's one reason that
I mean,
we spend barely any time in town.
yeah.
It's if we're in
I-
town, it's generally dump stuff into a stash tab and then leave.
I definitely used to spend a lot more time in town.
No, we both did, yeah. And then it's just became a case of don't care, keep moving.
Pretty much. I'm leveling gems.
Yeah, usually it's because I'm turning in quest or selling stuff.
Yeah. So the only time that I really pick up yellows to vendor is either I'm doing bulk sell, so like I have a shit ton of stuff in my bulk tab at the moment that I will need to probably in 30 or 40 maps go through and sell.
Mhm.
But then other than that, I just don't pick shit up.
Right, I guess that's another thing. Like, if you're leveling as a caster, you don't need to pick up a two-handed sword, right? And like, you can do it just for some currency, but you'll get currency so much quicker if you just get to maps and start being able to farm things that'll actually drop items, you know?
The only reason I wind up selling yellows early on is because I want to get a couple extra transmutes so I can like transmute my Quicksilver Flask.
Hmm.
Or like I need a couple extra scrolls of wisdom so I can ID this because I'm looking for a specific roll on a wand. Like if you're looking for like +1 cold gems, yeah, you want to pick up wands until you find one. So I need a couple extra scrolls of wisdom for that.
Okay, so a lot of that comes with just learning that stuff that you don't need to pick up and you can just ignore.
Yeah.
What you don't need to pick up is 99.9% of everything.
Yeah. Especially if you
unique-
turn filter off.
Well, so here's the other one is, and this comes with just time, is knowing what unique dropped. Generally, if a unique drops, Sage and I can both just mouse over and go, oh, it's shit, and keep moving.
Half the time, I don't even have to mouse over it, you know? It's just, oh, a unique dropped of this type.
Yeah.
First
Graceful sword, or was it splendid sword or whatever it's called, dropped. Don't care. That's just because we know that there's nothing of any major value on that type of exotic or that type of unique. But then, like, heavy belt drops, and our response is, well, it's not mage blood, so
Yeah. Actually, that looks cool.
that is actually useful. I think that's the Deirdre's mana flask. I think.
Honestly, like, the more I play, the less I pick up yellows. Even, like, good base yellows.
Yeah, basically the only yellows I was picking up were specific bases because I needed them. Like, oh, I know I need a cutlass by the time I hit 43 or 42.
Damn, no
So-
luck on a map.
There's still a couple things over here.
Not many.
There's also still a harvest.
Eh.
Where? Okay. Chasing me.
Ow, 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 ow. You're running away from me.
But yeah, like, right now on the ground around us, we have, like, Antique Greaves, Serpent Scale Gauntlets, Imbued Wand, Imperial Claw, and Chagrin Boots. And, we're gonna pick up probably none of those.
Yep.
Like, I was
Speaking
picking up jewels early on because I needed specific jewels. But, like, if you actually look at my dump tab, it's, rings, jewels, and belts.
Yeah, I pick up rings more than anything, I feel like, because they take up so little space, and it's easy to identify if they're good.
Yeah, so To give you a hint, Tori, this is what my dump tab currently looks like, and it's also because I haven't sorted shit. Because I have ID'd stuff in there that I need to sort.
Let's see. Oh my god.
That's my dump tab. It's literally rings, a few pairs of gloves, and then like a couple things like two-tone boots are good bases, so I picked up a couple of two-tone boots that I'm probably just gonna vendor.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this wand, it's a triple white wand, so I wanted it because triple white
When
wands are
I'm
great.
ready and not before.
That's literally the only reason I have it. Sometimes it's like, oh, I accidentally picked up this thing. Well, it's in my inventory and I'm back at town. Let me just dump it in the dump tab.
Whew. Okay. Well, guess we're running a coral again. Or I can stop being stubborn and go buy the map after messaging.
How
15
many
people.
horizons do you have left? Have you already used your horizons that I gave you?
No. Just by using it on tier 8.
Use it on the tier 11 that we need. Or 13, whichever one we need.
Leyline. Yeah, I was just trying to get the yellows done.
Yeah, Leyline or Fungal Hollow. Like, I've got 2 frozen cabins and a crater we can reroll with them.
Okay, I hit a leyline. That's fine. Let's hope this valve doesn't brick it. It did not. Alright.
So, yeah, a big part of it is just knowing what to pick up and what not to pick up.
Yeah, because I'm getting better at that the more I play, but I'm nowhere near good at it.
I have always been a pack rat. And wind up picking up a lot more shit than I should.
Yeah. That's true. I can confirm.
But I've gotten better at not picking up bases because I'm always like, oh, this is a really good base. I should pick this up. I'll craft it. I never craft it.
I'll pick up like really good bases or like item level 84 and up amethyst rings. I will pick every single one of those up because I flip those so easily.
But like the biggest thing is that me picking them up versus you picking them up, at least you actually use them. Most time that I get them, they just sit in my inventory until they rot.
I've been vendoring like two tones left and right, and
It's like normally two tones are so good to pick up, but it's just like I'm never gonna craft on them. And the reason I know I'm never gonna craft on them is because I haven't crafted on them in like 6 leagues.
you,
Gotta wait.
I didn't move. I was
What's
killing Pack, and you got away from me. Or is that what I need? Okay.
Must have been a Beyond creature or something.
I don't know. There was a couple
thought
things there.
I thought you'd killed everything there.
No,
That's why I kept moving.
they're good.
When I'm ready and not before.
But another thing that helps with just like early running stuff is knowing a few of the basic vendor recipes. Specifically, the chromatic one is really good to have early or know early on. Which all you need for the chromatic is it linked for it, or is it just one of each color?
I don't remember. I think it's just one of each.
Having a socket of each color on, so red, green, blue, on a item, and it's either linked or not, but either way, anything that has that set is gonna give you a guaranteed chromatic look. And
This is not the right way. I'm just.
any 6-socket item, no matter how many links or rarity or whatnot, is always going to give you 7 jewelers.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I pick up 6 sockets all the time. That's like the main thing I pick up at maps. I feel like, and raw currency.
Yeah, a lot of it is I definitely have not memorized what stuff is actually going to vendor for anything to be like the recipes. So I'm picking up stuff because I think it might vendor, but I don't know.
Ooh, you should pick that chest piece up.
that his people are still with him, to ensure that he has not become lost.
The chest piece was actually sick.
Mhm.
Regrets, because I know you need more
Yeah,
of those.
that's what I'm gonna grab. I'm just looking through, making sure none of these yellows are like wild.
An
Doesn't look
emperor
like it.
must know precisely where he stands.
But yeah, we leave probably 99% of uniques on the ground. I like uniques. Uniques are great. I have a unique tab. But like a big thing is, since you said a lot of your time is spent like selling stuff,
Yeah.
is just do basically exactly what I do. Make a dump tab, dump it all on the dump tab. And then when you have some downtime, like, oh, I need to eat or something, you just go into your dump tab, pull stuff out, see if it's any good. If it's not, you just vendor it. If it is, you keep it. Like, I have a pair of white two-tone boots that need to get the hell out of my inventory, because I'm never going to craft on them.
Life is too precious to waste on you.
I
Okay.
could, and they'd probably be good, but
I also do not completely understand the loot filter yet. So that's another reason I pick stuff up that I probably shouldn't, because I don't know what exactly it is.
that's why I have Sage make the loot filter.
For example, I will paste this to you guys.
You can just put it in the Path of Exile one.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't know why that wand is purple and what that
Hold up.
means.
I need to level jumps.
So generally, I assume you're using just like filter blades, like semi-strict or something.
Yeah.
So different colors are gonna end up meaning something, like it might be sockets, it might just be a higher item level, like a certain threshold that's needed.
That one is probably because it's item level 68. What's the level of the zone you're in?
67.
That's why. So it's a higher level item. So it's showing up as, hey, this could be really good because it's higher level. So therefore it has a higher chance of rolling tier 1s, that type of thing.
Oh,
Like
okay.
people who play solo self-founds will create filters that literally block out all of the weapons that they don't want to use. So
Yeah,
if they're like
so-
a caster, they'll hide all swords and axes and claws and like all of that.
But the other one is like, it might be saying, hey, this base is a rarer base than other bases. So like some bases, so like marble amulets are a rarer base than like a citrine amulet or a jade amulet.
I fear
So those always show up a different color for us.
may humanity.
Did
Okay.
it even land?
I think it did, maybe. Found an extra Pericles toe.
Nice. If it rolled well, then that's money. I was assuming I would survive that on tier 10.
I suppose we can sell that other Pericles toe as well, since I'm not using it anymore.
Yeah.
This is a 10.
Yeah.
Do we actually need to stick around, or are we just gonna bounce?
No, we're doing this to try and get the next up map.
No. Okay.
So, hoping for Fungal Hollow.
Min-rolled movement, almost min-rolled dexterity, and almost min-rolled rarity.
Perfect.
God roll. Anyways,
If you're thinking about dying,
I feel like there's a joke in there somewhere. Only 20 left. It's gonna be here. Damn it. 4 left. If they're, yeah. Damn it. I don't have another arachnid nest. So that should be the last thing that we have, though. Or no, there's one yellow we need.
we still need Fungal Hollow. How many horizons do you have left?
None.
None. Okay.
I mean, I was doing that for Fungal Hollow.
You still need armor.
Armory. That should be the only two.
When I'm ready and not prepared.
104 out of 115. Of the
Yeah, because of
items.
uniques.
Well, you want to just queue up like 14s or something?
I'm queuing up pathofexile.com/trade.
That works.
And then I am sorting by seconds and doing buyout of 3 Chaos Max. 4
Are you in
minutes.
Are you in Act 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what I'm gonna do for you is, have you already gotten the waypoints for Act 10? Control blocks, reliquary?
No.
I'm gonna go to the control blocks waypoint, so you can just teleport to me whenever you're ready and get the control blocks waypoint. This is something that just speeds up fucking Act 10. Because I hate Act 10.
I'm lost right now, so yeah.
Okay. So, if you want, you can just click the blue swirly on me. And that will teleport you to control blocks. Then you can just click the waypoint here. And what I will do is teleport to the reliquary. And you can teleport to me. Alright. So, go ahead and just follow me. I don't kill shit, so. So, you see how we have a Vol side area here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that means that
Skip
we
it.
went
No.
the wrong way and we skipped. So for this one, generally the thing is in one of the two side areas, or in one of the three corners, effectively. There it is. So because I know that the pearl is in the side area, all I'm doing is go into one corner and then running along it until I find it. Nothing else matters in the map. Time to leave.
Exile Uriel. Time and tide wait for no man.
Go get the ossuary for you. So the ossuary is annoying because there is a trial in it.
When I'm ready.
Yeah,
Before.
that's the map I was lost in. You can tell I've
I know.
wandered around a lot of this map, and
So again, the best way that I do these is you pick a wall and you hug it. Because generally the things are down a side corridor.
I might have already picked up what I needed from here.
Did you pick up a staff looking thing?
I don't even remember because I was so spaced out, just wandering.
Yeah, it's called the sign of purity.
That's how I go about life.
I probably did because I don't see a quest on my sideboard telling me to find the anything in the ossuary.
Probably not. Okay, so you see how there's a book here?
Yeah, I did do this.
So did you run all the way through it and get that?
Yeah, I did that.
It looks like to me you probably finished up here because if I remember correctly, it looked like, so easy way to tell if you finish up here.
Can you
Is this
invite
guy big and glowy?
Yes.
Okay, then you have finished there.
Okay.
So control blocks.
You're heading to control blocks now?
Yep.
Okay.
So see these worm scale boots?
Yeah,
See how
I
it's
don't.
one of each color linked?
that's worth picking up then.
That is a guaranteed chromatic work. So in this case, for this one, that blue crater is out there, tells us we're going in the right direction.
Blue crater.
Yeah, there's blue craters that are in the one of the areas that you can't access, and that's actually meaning you're going the correct direction. It should be over here.
Normally I just leap through gaps in the fence when I can.
Yep.
And that's almost always taking me in the correct direction.
But again, it's kind of a case of you pick a wall and follow it.
I think this is actually, we should be going up and not this way. Yeah. We should be right over here.
When I'm ready and not before.
I was wrong.
No.
Confidently wrong.
Yeah, no, because that's leading back towards the waypoint. So it should be down here.
Yes, but a lot of times you see how like there's nowhere for that to connect to it. So a lot of times it actually does go back in that direction. It's right over here. I got it. This boss sucks.
HP lock.
Okay. I am going to look away from my monitor while I hold right click.
fact this thing has HP logs is so annoying.
Hmm.
You mean segments where you just can't hurt it?
Yep.
But also, you can't even like super quickly nuke it down to keep it from doing its things, because its HP stops taking damage. Alright, that's everything here.
You return from your
But it's generally just a case of we've run this so much that we just kind of know where we're going.
Yeah, and I still have definitely not learned that.
So what does your quest say to do?
Meet innocents at Catalva's Hornets.
Yep. I'm right by it.
So,
just-
Ravage Square, and then you just walk up.
I need to get some Val Orbs from you when you get a chance. I got our last 2 maps.
And then you step into the canals. And then you send Sage to run all the way to the very end and drop a port for you.
No, what you do is you turn off determination and put haste on.
Yeah, I can do that. Actually, no, I can't do that. That's right.
Okay, that's fine.
Haste is currently not linked to something that allows me to do that.
Can't you just...
That requires me to move a whole bunch of gems around.
Yeah, you're good.
When I'm ready and not before. By the time we're through,
Oh, hi.
no one will be able to tell you we're even human.
Execute. Continue on your merry way.
The Syndicate was in dire need of a shake-up anyway.
I think it's not this way, but hey, it is. Nice. That's why I was trying it.
And the only reason to do intervention is because they chase you until you kill them. Hey, look, a book. Skip it.
There's no achievements or anything?
Oh
for-
no, there's an achievement for reading all the stuff. I just don't care. It's an achievement that I'm never gonna get.
No reading ever. Don't read anything. You definitely live in the South.
I mean, there's no, like, reward for it. Like,
I know. Yeah. I was just making fun of my public education. Although, honestly, I did not hate my high school.
I enjoyed high school.
I didn't.
Well, I had stage for high school, so
I didn't.
I know. That's the difference. I
Yeah,
had good people.
you were not at the best high school.
Yeah, so for this one, you just follow the footsteps, or you just keep running this direction.
You just run in this direction.
And if you get blocked off, you cross the river and just keep running in this direction.
Yep.
A lot of it is definitely that I spend too much time picking stuff up because I don't know the value of stuff as well, that well.
Hmm.
And I'm too worried about missing something that's actually good.
That is a nice thing about the filters, is that they generally scream at you when it's something that's worth money. So if you've got a filter that Sage makes you that it doesn't yell at you, it's probably not worth picking up.
Honestly, I don't even really make filters anymore. I used to, and there were like very specific things that I wanted, but basic filter blade is good enough for me. I'll like tweak things here and there as needed, but
Ow,
Tori,
ow,
you should
ow.
stop dancing to death.
Yeah, I noticed.
do I need to stop?
No, I think you're fine.
Okay.
So Tori, to give you a hint, I'm sitting at 7.8k energy shield at the moment.
Oh wow. I have 1.8k.
Yeah. You know, I was worried about this for a minute. Then I stopped.
Wearing?
Yeah.
I should stop, right?
Yeah, they're dead.
It's over.
It's dead.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure.
Oh, sure.
Like, if
You
I
can
kept
stop the audio
soloing and
button.
you guys didn't help me, that probably would have taken me like 2 or 3 hours.
You won the day.
So I hate the last act
What's the reason you hate it,
It's-
since you know what you're doing?
because
Control
by the time
blocks.
I control blocks, and because by the time I get to the